Somebody needing some attention, huh? Yeah. Morning. It's Tuesday morning. 7 something. Just after 7 o'clock. Sun hadn't come up yet. But I have wood to deliver this morning. We finished baling on 80 acres of hay yesterday. We didn't get it all done one day. It took us 2 days. We baled Saturday and baled the last of it yesterday. And I have firewood to deliver this morning. A couple loads of it. So. And of course we have to get to a point of done with chores first. Let's see what we can do about that. I need to move these calves. I've got a place to move them to. I just haven't got it completely set up yet, so. Hang out there for just a second. There's 3 of them. I'm not trying to feed them a whole bunch of feed, but I want to feed them something every day. They've got to where they like me. Come and see me when I come out here. Don't you guys? I'm gonna go back and shut that water off. It is full. We're pretty close to full. So then I gotta get the tub on Mildred. Thought I'd try to wait till 8 o'clock to show up at the guy's house with firewood. I have not talked to him since Friday. He said he was wanting to load and then wanting to load for his dad today. Gotta get that done and then we're gonna haul some hay, I think. Where we was baling at, there is not many houses very close, so we'd been bringing all our equipment back home. I even got the baler and the tractor back in here. I have not got I got the tire fixed, but I haven't got it put back on there. Still running a spare. But I went to having all kinds of trouble. I can't keep the tailgate on this thing shut. And I had a band brake. It's still sitting on the back of Mildred, but this one right here, I believe, the one that's leaking the worst, and it gets all the others wet, and it's O-ring, and that's like a brand new fitting. I have to change it. And then I've got this tailgate cylinder right here apparently leaks, wouldn't you say? All the crap built up on it. Just having a lot of trouble keeping the tailgate shut. If you don't keep the tailgate shut, you can't get a bale made and put string around it. I don't know how many of the bales I made while I was putting the string on them, the tailgate pop open. But I had most of the string on them and they would go ahead and roll. But anyway. I don't know how this is going to work out, so you may just have to, I'm going to wait right there. I know your frame, you're looking at me a little bit crooked, but it's all right. see very good on this holes on the side of this tub sometimes, so we just kind of have to do what we can do. But I got it. Got him grabbed and loaded. Even got it in the right holes, so wow. Now I gotta get the tub put on the back of it. Let's see if I can find a place to set you. And it ain't gonna work. Maybe not. I'll get you set up here and then I'll come out here and run into the log first thing. Anyway, I'll bring you back out here when we get full. Got him loaded, ready to go. I'll be back here and load another one in just a few minutes. 8 o'clock. Load 2. Ready to go. So we're getting just about ready to go. And hooked up here. Gonna go haul a little hay. Coda's got Old Yeller loaded on his, and Scott's putting some power steering fluid in the 930, and he'll get it loaded. We'll be gone here about 9 o'clock. So here we are, this familiar place of my neighbor's bale lot and other stuff lot, sitting here on the 580B hydrostat, Old Yeller as she's affectionately known. And the wind's going to be good today, so we probably won't have nearly as much video with talking on it. I'm waiting on the first load to show up, and I've had 3 phone conversations trying to get over here. But here I am waiting on them, and they'll be around here pretty quick. The first load of 11 bales, got 77 bales to bring here this morning. Hopefully we'll get done with that sometime around noon, 1 o'clock. We don't have too much trouble. Go eat us a bite of dinner, do something else the rest of the day. I guess I'm gonna unload them right here in this little spot and then pack them up the hill one at a time. And this little bottom is really rough, and it's just really hard on our trailers to drive through, and we'd like to drive through between those trees and that pile of dirt right over there, the other side of that pickup. But there's a hump and a hole, and I guess, I don't know if that's ever going to get smoothed out. It'd be me that does it, I don't know, but yeah, it's probably 9:30 by now, and already delivered 2 loads of firewood. The boys got all the equipment ready, hooked up, and we'll be going with 3 trucks and trailers, so we should get done here before too long. 2 drivers. Scott will load them all, and I'll unload them all. So that's the deal, and I'll catch up with you after a while. Oh, I wish y'all could smell this. That old pond is stagnant water, algae growing in it. Oh, it stinks. Lovely. Stinks real lovely. It's the kind of stink that makes you want to throw up a little bit. Well, I'm out here checking my cows in the middle. We got done moving the neighbor's hay, and we got an appointment to take 2 loads to a guy this evening, and supposed to be there at his place after 5:30, so we're gonna go do that. Dakota's doing good. He's on his 2nd load hauling over to the guy he's got his sold to over near Quapaw. He'll be back and get another load when we go over load our loads here after a while. Just thought I'd come see these cows. I hauled some of that old hay from over there and put out for these guys. And I think I may just call them to it and see if they won't follow me over there where it's at. I don't know that they'll eat on it. This old pasture, we sure have been needing a drink. You can see they got her eat right down to the ground most places. It's not growing fast enough to keep up with what they need right now, so maybe that'll fill the gap. They've been up in the bale or in the corral eating my hay about every morning. Some of them's in there when I go to take care of my calves that's in the corral. So let's see how we get along. Silk, silk, silk. Sigaver, sigaver, sigaver. Silk, silk, silk. Sigaver, sigaver. Silk, silk, silk. Sigaver, sigaver, sigaver. Silk, silk. They're like, if you want to give us something, give it to us here. Get over here to shade. Call them a little more. Silk, 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 silk. Sigaver, sigaver, sigaver. Silk, silk, silk. I always get some of them. Some of them will come no matter what. Haven't started my feeding program yet. Usually for about a month before I want to wean calves, while I start feeding these cows some feed out of the truck in the corral, get them used to coming in there. Silk, 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 silk. Sigaver, sigaver, sigaver. And usually if you do that, yeah, I mean, it makes it so that catching them is nothing more than a chore that we've done numerous times. All I have to do is go feed them and they'll all come in and shut the gate. You see all them big clouds up there? Boy, that looks good, don't it? The only trouble is that stuff's already gone past us according to the radar, and what we're going to get is coming from the south and the west, and there ain't nothing. A little bit of pop-up showers. We might get a little shower overnight tonight, but it's not looking real promising. Which is okay with me, because we got about another probably another 150 bales to move off of some ground that gets too wet to get on. Silk, 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 silk. Sigaver, sigaver, sigaver. Impressive clouds up here today. That stuff up just north of us, though, it's raining. According to the radar, it looks like from here it could be. Them cows, when it's 90 degrees today, they do not like getting out in the sun. I mean, a few of them will to get their bellies full of some grass, but then, and that's one of the reasons that a lot of the shady areas I have are really picking up. They all choose to stand around in those areas. See how they're following me? Silk, silk, silk. Come on. Sigaver, sigaver, sigaver. Scott's supposed to be here at 4, and I imagine it's every bit of 3:50 now. 3:52. Supposed to be here at 4 to leave to go to the field and get some more hay, so I've got to make that delivery, and then we're gonna go back and get 2 loads of them old bales. I was really hoping to get these cows to come all the way up here to this old hay. They are slow when it's like this. I got some big old trees on this place. This was my grandparents' place. Bought it from my dad. And that right there is a big tree. If you cut that thing off just above that barrel right off the ground there, that thing would be 4 foot through. Big. Ain't no good. Bunch of limbs and stuff on it. Always kind of looks neat to look at. That's a huge tree. My granddaddy left that one. He cleared this place with an axe and a chainsaw, and later a chainsaw, I'm sure. They had a crosscut saw. I know they had a bunch of them because they used to hang in the barn up the house. And they had one of them brush saws with a motor on it. I'm sure he used that some, but they would cut these limbs off of a tree with an axe or a crosscut saw, and then use a buzz saw. And sometime when I'm in the barn, I'll show you that buzz saw that he had. It was fixed to go on the front of a H-farm maul and run off the belt pulley. And you cut a limb off and then held it up there to it. Sook, sook, sook! Sigaver, sigaver, sigaver! We've kind of come to a standstill over there. Sook, sook! He cleaned all the brush off from this place where it's been cleared, and he left a lot of trees that I'm sure he thought would be really nice trees to cut for logs or make lumber out of, or whatever. And a bunch of them have died. I've cut quite a few of them old big ones that have died. Had a deal a few years ago, got in bugs that was getting into red oaks, and it was hot and dry, and it really killed a bunch of them old big ones. And then we have some that's like this tree here. It's just gradually dying. I don't know what's got into it, but I got it and one other one I need to get cut down. Put their logs in the mix. Sook, sook, sook! Sigaver, sigaver, sigaver! Oh, they just don't like to move when it's this warm. Gotta do your cow working early in the morning when it's like this. We ain't gonna get to see any of them get over here where these bales are, but I'll show you these bales and then we'll look at them again. These things have been set at the edge of a field. Some of them was out in the field and they moved them off to the edge like last year, which I don't know the purpose. They'd have been better off to have done something with them instead of just carry the edge of the field, but that's what they did. Most of them have sat where the ground's wet, and a lot of bales a year will do that, but 2 years they rot. This proves that bales that are left out in the open rot on the bottom worse than they do on the top. But there's still a lot of stuff in that ain't nothing the matter with it. Cows probably really enjoy getting to pick through that. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Doing some cleanup work where we baled that hay at. They've got a bunch of bales that they've left there for I don't know how many years. Needed cleaned up, and I told them we'd get them out of there. I don't know how many we got left. I hauled 14 of them home, and we've hauled 13 of them here to Scott's. And a lot of people would look at that and say it ain't no good, but it's prairie hay. It was good when it's baled. It's just got a lot of age on it. And so we're going to set it out. let them have free choice. That way they can pick through it if they want to, and they don't have to. If they don't want to. I've done some of this before and had it set in the pasture off and on for 2 years, and they eventually will clean it up. And it's getting kind of late in the day. Dakota has managed to make 3 loads to his guy today so far. He probably went back and loaded the 4th one. Right now it's 10 to 7 in the evening. We've had some storms just to our north that have obviously rained, and the sun went behind the clouds early this evening a little bit, so that cooled it off, made it feel a little bit more to where we could put up with it. You can see that bale right there. It has rotted within 2 foot, maybe 1.5 foot of the center of it. Scott sawed some today and helped us all. He loaded for us this morning, and he and I are both getting pretty tired of all this for a day, but I'm not sure but what they're not going to go work on these tractor when we get done unloading this stuff. But there might just be a couple more loads of this left up there. I think I counted 41 bales along that side of that field, but I'm not sure exactly how many there was there. Scott let me have some guys log this, and I bought the logs from him out of his woods here a couple years ago, and I don't know why they left so many nice trees around the edge, but they sure didn't get them. And so now he's kind of got a halo in the middle of it. They cut almost everything that was in there, and kind of left him a little fringe around the outside. And some of them's nice big trees. There's a great big one right over there. Well, that's how it's going so far. I'll talk to you later. So Scott and I did get to work on his tractor a little bit. We got pretty deep. I hope this will be enough light to see it. There's the head off from it. Couldn't really see any problem with the head. And remember what our issues was. We had pieces, and it was rattling pretty hard, and we had pieces in the oil. And so this motor, the year I got it, which was 2000, first season I used this tractor to bale hay with, it dropped a valve, broke the valve, hit the top of the piston all over, and just so happens what we're having trouble with is the same piston. See how that's roughed up? That should be all nice and smooth, and it's beat up from that coming apart. And probably when it did that all those years ago, it cracked this. This is the bushing for the piston pin that should go in this hole. And probably all those years ago it cracked that. And we just had to tear every little piece of it apart to get down to the fine bones to be able to find it. And now we know what it is, and we can figure out what we want to do and get it put back together. I promise that's the end this time. Thanks for watching, right, Scott?